60 pips on the day, and it's a great day of trading. What's up, traders? Welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be looking for our usual setup. Okay, our rules are up here. Find supply and demand zone with a fair value gap within. Look for a breaker structure from the zone. Wait for price to fill the fair value gap and zone, and enter on a break of a candle high. Okay, so I'm currently watching USDCAD along with a couple of other pairs. This one I'm interested in because we have this demand zone here. Okay, this is a demand zone because price is pushed up really quite strongly from the zone, so there's lots of buyers within. And if I go down to the lower time frame, I can see a fair value gap here. So the top of this little candle here and the low of this little blue candle here. So what I'm waiting for now is price to come into the zone, fill this gap, and then give us a an entry setup, which will be our break of a recent candle high. So for example, this just broke that candle high. That would be an entry for me, or this for that one, but obviously it's not an entry now because we haven't come into the zone. So we're on that for USDCAD, and the other one we have is just playing out right now, which is NAS100. Okay, so we've got a demand zone here, breaking this structure here. We've just taken out the fair value gap here and this little miniature one here. So now I'm going to watch this this candle. If it breaks this candle high, we're going to enter. If this one closes, and we're going to see what the next one does, and if it breaks that candle high, then we shall also enter. Just jumping back in, not much has changed, but I just want to talk about the fair value gaps and why I've introduced them to my strategy. So I've been trading this strategy for a long time. A simple supply, demand zone, look for a reaction, and then we're going to aim for, what we usually do is we aim for a 1-to-1. Okay, so for example, let's say we get in here, stop loss would be below the low, and we'll go for our 1-to-1 here, and we then, when we get to our 1-to-1, take 80%, bring our stop loss to break even, then we target another 2% or the nearest highest structure, etc. But what the fair value gaps do is just allow me to understand that there are places in the zone that price wants to come before it reverses. So here would be an entry, right? You've come into the zone, we've broken a candle high. That before would be an entry for me. But what would happen, and actually we're getting an entry right now, we got a break. Okay, we've got our break of our candle high there. So we're going to go in. Alright, so we're going to put our stop below this low, going for a 1-to-1. I'm going to enter on MT4. I'm going to hopefully get a nice entry a little bit lower because it's pulled back. Yes, so where was I? Sorry, getting distracted. So I now, instead of entering here and going through all this drawdown or potential stop out, I know that I want to wait for price to fill all the gaps in the zone, and then I have a better opportunity or probability that price is then going to reverse when I get my entry signal, which we've just got because we broke that candle high there. Okay, so now we're just going to wait for price to potentially push up. We've also just had USDCAD come into the zone, but we haven't filled that gap yet. So until we fill that gap, then we're going to go up. We may turn around and go straight up, but this is going to be a better probability if we get there. But let's keep an eye on this. When we get to here, just give you an idea of what we're going to do. If we get to there, hopefully we do. This will be TP1. Going to take 80% of the move, 80% profit. Okay, stop loss to break even. Oh, and then we're going to let the rest run. Okay, and that will likely go up to that 2.2 there. Will be TP2. So we're going to let this run. I've just heard another. Okay, we've just tapped into the zone on USDCAD. So we're going to watch this one for a bit now and just sort of jump between the two. I'll come back when something's happened. Alright guys, so we actually got our entry on USDCAD here. We got our break of our candle high here. We did tap into this fair value gap, and we also filled a 5-minute fair value gap from here to here completely. So I'm going to take this as an entry right here, stop loss below the low. Going to target a 1-to-1, which is about 9 pips, and then we'll see what happens. So 2 trades on, one for NAS100 and one now for, actually we got in here on MT4 a little lower than that, which is fine, but we're still going to target we're going to target 10 pips here. Alright guys, jumping back in, USDCAD has nearly got to TP1 and we may cross over any second now, hopefully. There we go. Right, TP1 has been taken, and what we're going to do now is going to close 80% of the trade, bring stop loss to break even, and we'll let the rest run up to our final take profit zone of 576.2. Awesome. Alright, so we're just going to have a look at the NAS. NAS is sort of getting there, but we haven't really taken off just yet. I feel like we're accumulating before we take an explosive move up. So I do have to pop out in a minute. So what I'm going to do is see what the result of this is when I come back, and I'll manage this on the phone while I'm out. So I'll see you in the next bit. Okay, so back, and it's now 5:30. It's about 4 hours later since we first entered this trade on USDCAD. And as you can see, it played out really well. We had our first TP here. We took our 80%. At this line, we closed and put our stop loss to break even at this point, and then we just carried on up, and we went up for our whole 20 pip goal, which is really nice. It has since gone sideways. We do have quite big news coming out at 7 o'clock. We have FOMC in the States, so yeah, no more trading for the rest of the day. Going on to the NAS trade, which is pretty interesting. We pretty well nearly got stopped out on this. But it held, and we fired through. So the trade we had down here, we filled in these fair value gaps within the demand zone. We then entered on our break of a candle high, which was here. We had our stop loss just below the zone here, and below the candle low here. And it did come back, but then just fired up through and smashed through take profit 1. Almost didn't have time to actually manage this trade because I was out, and it pretty well just went straight up to the 40 pip profit target here. I think I took about 80% out around here, in fact, around this level, because it went so quickly and my alerts went off. So really good. We nearly got stopped out there, but fortunately I'm not using my normal. So I have two. I got NDQ here 100, which is on my normal broker, and then I had this for my Forex funds. I actually entered on the Forex funds tab, which is different to my normal broker. So the spread didn't stop me out, which was really nice. I think really the stop loss was down here somewhere. So I was super happy with that, because that could have technically maybe stopped me out if I was on the normal spread. So bit of luck there, but the analysis was right, and we have flown up. I should have potentially been able to hold a longer trade, but we got what we wanted, 40 pips at 60 pips on the day. And it's a great day of trading. So as I say, we're going to stop trading for the day now. 7 o'clock we've got FOMC coming out, which is going to make price probably go crazy. We'll be watching it, but unlikely to take any positions. So I'm going to end the video there. Good day, and hopefully see you guys in the next live stream. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.